Hello, this is Marianne McGuire of Let Go and Know. I'm really happy to be with you. So, I wanted to talk today about what I see as a fundamental component to living a beautiful life. And I'm drawn to share a personal example of what's been happening for me over the past while to illustrate this point about what I have learned to be the necessity of feeling good and how powerful and important it is. Because there's a direct correlation between feeling good and experiencing the life you wish to live. And it's just, and I've really been feeling this recently, it's fascinating and powerful. And it's another form of creativity. It's like energetic creativity. So the premise is that if it feels good, it's in alignment with your soul. Really, really simple. So if it feels light and expansive and true, it'll serve your growth. And this is why creating what you wish to experience in your life is a swifter process when you use feeling good as your guidance system. It's like having your own personal GPS. So, for example, continuing to do something out of a false sense of duty won't feel good to you. It'll feel contracted and heavy. So you can listen to that guidance and act accordingly. Because it's a completely different way of looking at it. This way you can use the heavy emotions. You can use them as a guidance system when you realize this. And it can make you so happy because it's like, oh, I don't have to suffer through things. I can actually use them and mold and create my life. It's really exciting. Now, also, it's really important to deliberately feel good. Don't just hope that it's going to happen. It's so important to set aside time each day to do simple, I'm really talking simple things that you find pleasurable. Because this is what's going to shift your energy, and I mean literally shift it. So, this is what I realized in the past, that choice and allowance is so powerful to create what you wish to experience. Also, intrinsic in this creative process is feeling good and pleasure, because that's what resonates with who you really are. So even though it's important and beneficial to have goals laid out, so you know what direction you're going in, don't fall into the trap of effort and resistance around them. And you may have felt this, at the beginning of the year, if you've set goals or resolutions for yourself, that energy of kind of resistance and pushing and effort around your goals. If you're allowing around what you want to see and feel, it just feels so much better. Don't effort. And the easiest way to do this is to deliberately and softly allow yourself to feel good until you build a momentum. And that becomes your default energetic frequency. It's like a default position that's literally an energetic frequency. And it's this frequency that will allow your intentions, your choices, to become visible in your reality. So it is hard to feel good 100% of the time around your goals. So I'm talking about this kind of pushing energy around them, because hope is involved. And so often, hope has resistance in it. I mean, it's a lot better than giving up or despair, but still, it's a step up from that. And it has its merit, but still, there's a resistance around it. That's why it's so powerful to focus on feeling good and pleasure, because when you think about your life, then you're so much more relaxed and the energy is free to flow to where it's supposed to go. This really works. It's really exciting. You might listen to it and think, yeah, a little bit simplistic, but we really do tend to complicate things. And this is beautifully simple and beautifully powerful. It really does work. It shifts the energy around what can feel stuck in your life. So the bottom line is, when you're feeling good, you cannot be feeling stressed. I mean, if you allow that really simple statement to sink in for a few minutes, it changes everything. because we're conditioned to feel stressed and to push and to make things happen and figure things out. That doesn't feel good. None of that feels good. Only act when you're inspired to do so. Go within, ask the question, then when you receive the inspiration, then you can act. It's so simple. It's all about feeling good. Your life will absolutely change if you follow this premise. So when you're feeling good, you cannot be in fear. When you're feeling good, when you're relaxed, when you're feeling pleasure, you cannot be stressed. You cannot be in fear. Because when you think of it, feeling good, I mean, that comes from a kind of a loving feeling, doesn't it? And the two main emotions or states, love and fear. So if it comes from this loving state, well, that's who you really are. So, and I do want to mention relaxation is fundamental to this. Absolutely fundamental. And again, we think, yeah, I'll get around to it. No, seriously, oh my God, it's huge, it's huge, it's huge. We need to come out of flight or fight mode. So many people are just on the go, and their physical bodies are being worn out. They're in flight or fight mode, and they need to come much more into rest and digest mode. Rest and digest. And it's really very simple. First step is relaxation. Your health will benefit enormously from your choosing to be more relaxed and to feel good more of the time. So remember to feel good when things are fine in your life, and also when they, become a bit challenging. Because when you feel good when things are fine, this builds a momentum so that when something happens that would normally throw you off, you simply continue on. You simply continue to feel good, and it's really, really powerful. So I'll give you an example. I'll give you a personal example. I was, for a brief time last week, concerned about a scary diagnosis. I've been experiencing tingling and numbness in my feet and legs for the last 3 weeks. And intuitively, I felt I was okay. But then I spoke to the doctor about it, and what she said just scared me. Oh, if you feel weak or it spreads, go to A&E immediately. So you can imagine how I felt. You can imagine that would cause some concern, because I did feel weak and the sensation was spreading. But when I found my mind wandering to what if territory, I deliberately stopped it before it gained momentum. And I chose to feel good. So this really could have gone, I had two paths. I could have freaked out because it was going on and on and on, day and night, kind of waking me up. But I chose the other path. I did feel fear just because I know tools and techniques and I have certain knowing within myself. Yeah, my mind did go to, oh, what if, and oh God, but not for long. That's my point. If you can catch it, it's totally normal, but just catch it before it kind of runs away with you, and choose to feel good. So I let go of the fear that I was feeling around my physical well-being, and I stopped focusing on the sensation in my body. And when I did this, the energy shifted. I already know that I am bigger than anything that happens in my life. And you are too. And do you know what? To be honest, all I did in that moment to shift what was going on from, just to stop my mind from the what if territory that I mentioned, there was a soft brush on my dressing table. And I closed my eyes. I went within. I didn't even meditate as such. There was no, the way sometimes when you meditate and there's this goal, and because you want to get rid of something, and I better get rid of this so that I can move on with my life. I just accepted totally what was going on, and I allowed the moment to be, and I closed my eyes, and I just brushed my arm with this incredibly soft brush for 5 minutes. And I felt all kind of tingly in a nice way, and it was really, really relaxing. I mean, could you get any simpler? It was just really gorgeous, and it struck me, my God, we don't need these complex, not we don't need these complex meditations even, or just sit down with your eyes closed and feel something pleasurable. Maybe you would prefer, you go within and you ask yourself, what's my favorite sense? What do I respond to? Is it sound? Is it touch? Is it fragrance? You know, what is it? And you find out beforehand what you find pleasurable and do something about it. Get a soft brush, whatever it is that suits you, and have it at hand. Have some soft music, whatever it is, have it at hand so that you know that that's what you go to if you feel a little bit stressed. Such a simple thing to do, and it relaxed me totally, just totally shifted the energy because I also made a decision. It wasn't just the brush, I made a decision to let go as well. You see, I found out that when I feel pleasure and when I engage my senses, when I pay attention to my physical aspect, you know, to my body, how I feel, that makes me feel more connected to my source, which is kind of interesting because many spiritual people don't focus on their physical body, don't focus on feeling good. It can be a little bit ethereal. And it's very important to be grounded in your body and really enjoy your senses. So I put my attention, the light of consciousness, that's what your attention is, on what I wished to experience, which was well-being. And I took my attention away from what I didn't want to experience, which was a scary diagnosis. And also, by the way, I was sensible, you know, I got blood tests done and all that. So you can be sensible as well, which is what I recommend, you know, cover everything. So put your attention on what you wish to experience, take your attention away from what you don't want. It's really that simple, and your energy will shift. Just be with it, be neutral, don't identify with it. So don't make it personal. Whatever you're experiencing, don't make it personal. Just be neutral about it. Know that all is well, and you're just going through something that will shift and change as you choose to place your attention on what you want and as you choose to feel good. So that's what I did. And that changed the whole feel of the situation, because I could have gone down a path where that was quite scary, you know, to think about walking up the stairs and, oh, I feel so weak and I can feel this and I wake up several times a night and I'm feeling this. I just chose to take my attention away from that after dealing with it, after dealing with the you know, the physical aspect, as I said, and, you know, seeing a doctor and all that, who didn't have a clue what was going on anyway, but oh God, I have to laugh. But the whole feel of the situation changed. I became very empowered, and it's still going on. But you know, I went for a short time from my attention on what was going on to try to figure it out, and is it gone yet, and has it changed yet, to feeling so expanded and at peace with it, in the full knowing that it's being sorted out and I'll learn from it and I'm moving past it and I'm totally allowing it to be as it is, sensation at all. And I'm just now so grateful for health. So grateful. And I just feel so good now. Back to feeling good. Because who I really am, who you really are, always feels good. So when you feel good, you're aligning with that. You're aligning with your truth. And then challenges become interesting experiences that you grow through. So I really hope that helped you today and that you get a few points from it. It's so simple. It's so powerful. Please allow more pleasure into your life and make sure that most of the time you're feeling good. So if you want any more information, pop over to www.letgoandknow.com. Until next time, much love.